She said her male best friend was just like family, but then she sent him a mirror selfie in a tiny bikini with the caption, "Don't tell my man." That's when everything I thought I knew about her shattered. I still remember standing in her kitchen that morning, making coffee while she giggled on her phone. I never thought to check it before. I trusted her. She always said he was her brother from another mother, and I believed it, even when my friends told me to watch out. But that day, her phone lit up with his name and a preview of the photo. My stomach twisted so hard I thought I'd throw up. I didn't say a word. I didn't ask her anything. I just smiled, handed her coffee, and kissed her on the forehead like nothing happened. She thought I was the same old clueless boyfriend who believed every word she said. But inside, my heart was pounding with rage and disgust. I didn't want to scream or fight her. I wanted her to feel the exact pain I felt reading that message. Later that week, her family invited us to a big barbecue at her parents' place. Everyone was there, her aunts, uncles, cousins, childhood friends. She was laughing with them, acting like the perfect girlfriend, helping set up the table, giving me little side hugs in front of everyone. And I just stood there, pretending I was okay, while that photo burned in my mind. Then, as everyone sat down to eat, I took out my phone. Without saying a single word, I airdropped the bikini selfie to every single person there. Her mom. Her dad. Her little brother. Her grandparents. Her cousins. Her uncles. Everyone. Within seconds, I heard gasps and whispers rise around me. Her smile dropped. Her face went pale as she grabbed her phone, realizing what I did. She ran inside, crying and shaking, while her family sat there in shocked silence. I just finished my food, stood up, and left without looking back. Now she's calling me nonstop, frantically begging me to take her back in until she finds a new place to stay. But should I open my door for the woman who destroyed my trust, or leave her out there to face the world alone? I didn't block her. I wanted to see what she would say. That night she called me over 20 times. Her texts kept coming in, long paragraphs mixed with short, desperate lines like, "Please, I have nowhere to go," and, "I messed up, I'm sorry, please just talk to me." She even sent voice notes, her voice trembling and breaking, saying she couldn't face her family anymore. That they kicked her out. That she didn't know where else to go. Part of me felt bad. I won't lie. We were together for almost 3 years. I knew her dreams, her struggles, her fears. I was there for her when she failed her university exams and cried for days. I was there when she lost her first job and thought her life was over. I held her through panic attacks at 3 a.m. I believed every tear she shed back then. Now I keep thinking, was any of it real? Or was she just good at pretending? I didn't sleep that night. I just lay on my bed, staring at the ceiling fan spinning above me, feeling emptier than ever. My phone lit up every few minutes with her name. Then her best friend texted me too, not the guy, but her female best friend. She said, "She's sitting outside my apartment crying. Her parents won't let her come back home. Please, can she stay with you until she finds a place?" I didn't reply. I kept thinking about that bikini selfie. The way she posed, the curve of her lips, the look in her eyes, and that caption. "Don't tell my man." She knew what she was doing. She knew it was wrong. But she sent it anyway. The next morning, I checked my phone and saw she was still outside somewhere. Her messages became shorter. "Please. I'm cold. I have nowhere else to go." I walked to the window and looked down at the empty street. Part of me wanted to let her in, give her a blanket, let her sleep on the couch. But another part of me kept remembering that day at the barbecue. The shock on her mother's face, the tears in her little brother's eyes, the pure silence that fell over the whole family. I don't know what to do. I don't know what kind of man I am becoming. All I know is, for the first time in years, she's the one left outside in the cold, while I sit here wondering, what will she do next? I sat there staring at my phone, reading her last message over and over again. "Please. I'm cold." I imagined her sitting on a bench or against some wall, hugging her knees to her chest, her hair messy, her eyes swollen from crying. Part of me still cared about her as a human being. But the other part, the part that felt stabbed in the chest, kept reminding me of everything she took away from me. My sister called later that morning. She had seen the photo too. She said, "I can't believe she did that to you. Are you okay?" I didn't know what to say. I just told her I was fine, even though I wasn't. My mind was racing with so many questions. Did she love him all along? Was she planning to leave me for him? Or did she just enjoy the attention? I thought about all those times she said she was just going to see family, when she hung out with him. It made my stomach twist. Then her male best friend messaged me. He said, "Bro, it wasn't like that. She just sent it as a joke. She loves you. Please don't throw her out like this." I didn't even reply. A joke? How could a bikini selfie with that caption ever be a joke? I felt anger boiling up in my chest again, making my fingers tremble. Later that afternoon, I saw her sitting across the street, near the small park. She looked completely broken, her face buried in her hands, her body shaking with silent sobs. For a moment, I almost opened the door to go to her. Almost. But then I remembered the look on her dad's face when he saw the photo. He looked like his world had crumbled in front of him. I remembered her mom's voice shaking when she asked me if I knew. And I remembered the smirk her best friend probably had on his face when he got that photo, thinking he was special to her in a way I wasn't. That thought kept me glued to my chair. I didn't move. I didn't text her back. I just watched her from the window, wondering how someone I loved so deeply could become such a stranger. My chest felt heavy with guilt, anger, and confusion. I didn't know what to do next, but I knew this wasn't the end. She was still out there, and sooner or later, something was going to break. I watched her from the window until the sun started to set. She didn't move much, just sat there hugging her knees, shivering every now and then as cars passed by. People glanced at her but kept walking. It was like she didn't exist to them. And honestly, that's how I felt about her too at that moment. Like she was nothing but a fading shadow of the person I used to love. My phone buzzed again. It was her. "Please, I'm sorry. I can't go back home. They don't want to see me. I have nowhere to sleep tonight. I promise I'll leave once I find a place." Her words felt empty to me now. All those promises before, about loving me forever, about never hiding anything, about being honest, they were all lies. What difference did this promise make? As night fell, her texts stopped coming. I kept checking my phone, even though I told myself I wouldn't care. My chest felt tight with anger, guilt, pity, and confusion. I didn't know what I wanted anymore. Did I want her to leave me alone forever, or did I want her to knock on my door one last time so I could tell her to her face how badly she hurt me? Then around midnight, I heard a faint knock. My heart stopped. I stood there staring at the door, frozen. Another knock came, a little weaker this time. Slowly, I walked over and looked through the peephole. There she was. Her eyes were puffy, tears rolling down her cheeks. Her lips were trembling. She wasn't wearing her usual makeup or perfect hair. She just looked broken. She didn't say anything. She just stood there, hugging herself, shivering in the cold breeze of the night. For a moment, everything went silent around me. All I could hear was my own heartbeat, loud and angry in my ears. I knew this was it, the moment everything would change. But what was I going to do? Let her in and hear her side, or leave her standing there, finally facing the truth of what she did? I stood there, staring at her through the peephole, my mind screaming with so many emotions I couldn't even name. Just as I was about to turn away and leave her outside, my phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't her. It was an unknown number. I hesitated, then opened the message. My blood ran cold. "Hey man, I know you saw the photo she sent me. I just wanted to tell you the truth before she does. We've been hooking up for almost 6 months now. She told me you two were done, but I guess she was lying to both of us. Sorry you had to find out this way." For a second, I couldn't breathe. My vision blurred as I read those words again and again. 6 months. Not just a flirty message or a stupid bikini selfie. 6 months of lying, sneaking around, making a fool out of me. My hands started shaking so badly I almost dropped my phone. Outside, she knocked again, this time weaker. Her voice broke through the silence. Please! I'm sorry, please open the door. Her sobs were muffled, like she was pressing her face against the door, desperate to come inside. But now, all I felt was rage. Burning, choking rage. Suddenly, another message popped up. This time from her female best friend. She's not just kicked out, she's been fired too. Her boss found out about the scandal and now she has nothing left. She's terrified. Please just let her sleep there tonight. Please. I clenched my jaw so hard it hurt. Fired? Homeless? Alone? Part of me felt like this was karma coming back to her, hitting her all at once. But another part of me, the part that still remembered her warm hugs and sleepy smile, felt an ache deep in my chest. She knocked again, weaker than before, and whispered, Please, please. I have nowhere to go. But now I knew the truth, she didn't just lie once. She lied for months. My hands curled into fists as my mind screamed one question louder than anything else. Was I going to show mercy, or show her what betrayal really felt like? I took a deep breath, feeling my chest tighten with anger and pain. I unlocked the door slowly. She almost fell inside when I opened it, her knees giving out under her. She looked up at me with tears streaming down her face, her lips trembling as she whispered, thank you so much. I didn't say a word. I just stared at her as she crawled inside, shivering and crying. She tried to hug my leg but I stepped back, and she froze. Her eyes met mine and for the first time, I saw fear there, real fear. She opened her mouth to speak but I held up my phone and showed her the message from her so-called best friend. Her face went pale. Her mouth opened and closed like she couldn't find the words to explain herself. Finally, she sobbed out, I didn't mean for it to happen like this. I was lonely. I'm so sorry, please don't throw me out. I felt my chest tighten even more as she spoke. For months, she lied to me while sleeping next to me every night, acting like she loved me, planning our future together. And now, when everything fell apart, she was crawling back to me like I was her last hope. I bent down slowly so my face was close to hers. Her tears dripped onto the floor as she whispered, Please! I have no one else. I took a deep breath and whispered back, You're right. You have no one else. Then I stood up, grabbed her small bag, and placed it outside the door. Her eyes widened as she realized what was happening. No, please, don't do this, please, she begged, clutching my leg again. But then came the final twist. I said calmly, Your male best friend. I sent him all your messages tonight. Let him come take care of you now. Her face twisted in horror, and she broke down completely, screaming and crying on the floor. I walked past her, out of my apartment, leaving her behind in her own shattered world of lies and betrayal. I walked down the stairs slowly, hearing her sobs echo through the hallway behind me. Every step felt heavy, but somehow, I also felt lighter than I had in months. For so long, I lived with her lies without even knowing. I trusted her with every piece of my heart, thinking she was my future. But now I knew the truth, and the truth set me free. Outside, the morning sun was starting to rise, lighting up the empty streets with a soft, golden glow. I sat on the bench near the small park and watched as the world slowly woke up. Cars passed, people jogged by with their headphones on, and shopkeepers opened their shutters for the day. Everything felt quiet inside me for the first time in weeks. My phone buzzed again. It was her male best friend. This time, he didn't apologize. He just said, Bro, she's your problem now. I'm done with her drama. I read his message and smiled a little. Maybe that was her real karma, not losing me, but realizing the people she betrayed me for never cared about her the way I did. I thought about all the memories we shared. Late-night drives, cooking dinner together, falling asleep watching movies on the couch. They felt like old photographs now, faded and distant. I wondered if she ever truly loved me or if I was just someone to fill her emptiness. But in the end, it didn't matter anymore. She made her choices, and I made mine. When I walked back upstairs later to pack my own bags for work, she was gone. Her bag was missing, and the hallway was silent. I didn't know where she went or what she would do next. Maybe she'd call her parents, maybe she'd find another friend's couch to sleep on. But I knew one thing, my chapter with her was closed. As I locked my door and stepped outside into the fresh morning air, I felt a quiet strength growing inside me. Life was still waiting for me, full of real people and real love. And this time, I promised myself I wouldn't settle for someone who saw me as just an option. I deserve better. We all do.